You're listening to The Hardpoint with Onexpunchxdad and Code Rome's.
Welcome back to The Hardpoint, episode number 29. Holy cow.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh yeah.
My name's Josh. I go by Onexpunchxdad online.
My name's Cody. I go by a Code Rome's.
And we're back. Summer is here, official.
Dude.
We're
It's
in
hot.
it. It's heating up, baby.
It's hot.
Heating up. It's not quite like it's hot, but it's not like laser beam hot yet.
No,
I know that's coming.
It's not there. It's not 105 yet. It's hot though, man. It seemed like it kind of happened overnight too. I feel like I don't know. I don't like it.
It did. I'm gonna turn this fan off so it's not ruining our audio quality for the rest of the episode.
How's your room temp? I know you're typically in the hottest room in the house.
It's not bad. It might heat up a little bit as we go, but you know, I'll endure. I'll deal with it.
You want to know a good way to ruin a Memorial Day? To have a kid poop in your neighborhood pool and then it closes down for contamination.
Oh no, I was about to say I can think of a few, but that one's up there, man.
Yeah.
What is that? Did that happen to you?
No. Well, I didn't poop in the pool. We weren't there.
I knew that. Now I kind of think you did though.
Wasn't me, man. I didn't do it. I swear. So
Not protest too much.
Yeah, our gym, the neighborhood gym, our community gym, is like right next to the pool. And so I was there. What is today? Saturday I was there. Yeah. And when I was leaving, I saw a sign that said closed due to contamination. And then I get the email and it's still closed yesterday and it's still closed today. And I was telling my wife, I was like, I guess she saw like in the Facebook group that's what had happened. I'm like, man,
God.
Like I realize what Memorial Day is for. I think a pretty common way to celebrate that, you know, is to be outside near a body of water, around a pool, and when everybody's like only choice for a pool has been pooped in and it's unavailable, that's kind of lame.
So this alarms me for a couple reasons. One, either I feel like in any case you should feel good because that's a long time for a pool to get shut down because of poop. So as you know, we take the kids to the Great Wolf Lodge.
Yes.
All the time. Many years now. And at least once every time we've been there, a kid poops in the pool. Not my kids.
Okay.
But a kid somewhere will poop in the pool.
And not you also, to clarify.
Also not me.
Okay.
Not me. No, I'm a big boy. How long do you think it takes them, flash to bang, to get that pool back up and running from contamination to cleanliness?
Probably not long. Time is money there, right? Time is money.
Like 30 minutes, bro.
Uh-oh.
So either your pool has never encountered that and is just being way too like we got to get every ounce of water out of here and replace it, or I'm a little bit too eager to get back into some probably still kind of poopy water.
Dude, all I can imagine they would do is to like skim it out if possible and then shock it or put chlorine in there, a lot of chlorine.
Yeah, little chlorine packet or something just to kind of.
But
I mean, if they're taking that long, if they're taking several days because the kid pooped in the pool, unless it was a really big poop.
Yeah.
If it was just like everything that little guy had in him, just like.
Or, no. You couldn't skim it out because, you know, it wasn't solid.
Runs.
Yeah. And now it's
it's
everywhere.
Like a black cloud or brown cloud.
It's all throughout the pool. Everywhere. So.
Damn. Maybe it wasn't a kid. Maybe it was an adult.
It was a grown man.
I've taken some shits that I got up and was like, that would shut a pool down for 2 or 3 days. For sure. Maybe that's how I need to start. Like, you ever rate your shits? You ever get up and you're like, that was a good one.
That's is the funniest thing I've heard all day, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Well,
There's
bummer,
no way
man.
that's what you compare it to, though. You've never. That would shut
Now
a
I
pool
am.
down. Yeah.
That would. Hey, this is Saturday and Sunday at least to get all this out.
Would that cost Great Wolf Lodge some money?
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah. Exactly.
that would.
At least they'd at least have to shut like the wave pool down. I feel like the wave pool is even worse because the waves are just like through the magic of science, they're spreading it everywhere.
I know. I don't even know if we would have gone or not. As anybody who's listened at all knows, I have a extremely pregnant wife. I don't know if we would have even went to the pool, but we couldn't have. It wasn't my choice. I wasn't allowed to go.
Yeah.
Did you see my my colors coordinated appropriately?
I see blue and red. Is it basketball related?
No, I don't know, like Memorial Day, I guess. Red, blue.
America.
Oh. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
When you're listening to this, it's going to be Wednesday. It will no longer be Memorial Day, but just know
It's Memorial season,
it's
baby.
Memorial season, man. It's
Yeah.
Memorial season.
Exactly. Well, I also had my Memorial Day kind of ruined also, so I feel your pain. I, as you know, threw kind of like a little housewarming party on Saturday. Had some folks over. We talked about the grill a couple weeks ago. Someone sent in a question about grilling meats and smoking meats and stuff, and I thought, I haven't done that in a long time. I'm going to do that. So Friday night, I put a pork butt in my grill. I let it smoke overnight. The next morning, I got up. I put ribs on there. And it honestly was some of the most delicious barbecue I've made. The ribs were not falling apart, but not chewy. They were like the perfect bite. Really good flavor on them. Even thinking about it right now is causing me some trouble, honestly. Anyway, everyone comes. A lot of people came that I didn't know. They were more like my wife's friends. That's okay. Anyway, they all kind of leave. I start feeling really, really crummy. And I think I just ate too much. I definitely probably just ate too much. I didn't really eat that much, but what I ate made me feel really uncomfortable.
Right. Maybe some meat sweats going on.
Yeah, I thought I was just kind of had the itis, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They leave. I lay down for a little while. Doesn't go away. Don't get to feeling any better. I start thinking like, hopefully I didn't just food poison myself.
Sure.
So I think I'm just going to sleep this off. Doesn't happen. All Saturday night I'm awake. And then I start puking. So it's like little at first. And the thing about like if you eat like smoked barbecue, it is one of those foods that kind of the flavor hangs in your mouth a little bit, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah. And if you like burp 4 or 5 hours later, like you're tasting that barbecue again.
You're getting the full flavor. So it starts to become, and it sucks because I love barbecue, but it becomes this thing of, you ever gotten like nauseous sick and the last thing you ate, you're like, I don't think I ever want to eat that again.
Yep. Definitely.
That's how I feel about barbecue at this point. I'm literally just like, the thought of it is making it worse. And even now it's like, ugh, I don't want that.
Let's not think about it.
Anyway, I make it all the way to the morning, and I'm still feeling queasy. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get all this out of me. So I go to the toilet and I do the whole like finger gag. Yep. And it starts coming uncontrollably. Like,
oh my God.
It is like,
you're gonna make me throw up.
Like my body just starts like going
Bucking.
off. You know what I mean? Bucking straight up, man. And it was like projectile.
Mommy, is Daddy okay?
yeah. Daddy threw up. It was nasty, man.
Yeah.
I felt like crap all day yesterday. Still don't feel great today. I've rested, that's for sure. I've done a lot of resting this long weekend, as you can see. I don't know if you can see in the video, but still lots of packing and unpacking to do from the recent move. But I just kind of laid around today and yesterday, to be honest with you.
Do you have any like accidental overspray, uncontrollable overspray?
No, it definitely, like, I've only had that happen like once, to where I was like gonna throw up and I wasn't near a toilet. So I'm normally pretty good about, like, if you feel it coming, it's like I need to let this out. I have the fortitude to get up and go to the bathroom. So none of that this time. Although once I got over the toilet, it was absolutely like, all right, we're gonna let it all out.
It's like your body can sense that you're near where you should be. An appropriate spot for all this to come out.
It's kind of like when you got to take a shit and you get to the toilet and you haven't got your pants off yet, but your butthole's already like, all right, let it rip, boys. Like, wait. We're not there yet.
This is a very
not there yet.
Poop and throw up heavy episode.
It is. This is definitely the Dookie throw up episode.
There's the title.
It's yeah. Luckily, it's all the front end though, so that's good. There's nothing worse than both ends.
You're not going number 3.
Yeah, exactly. Just like a liquid Darth Maul lightsaber.
Dude, I'm hesitant to even tell the story, but I'm going to since we're on theme. The grossest vomit story that I have. This was a while ago. It was a while ago, probably young 20s. And I stayed up, may have been drinking, may have not been, I don't know. Woke up in the middle of the night, ran into my bathroom, didn't make it to the toilet, threw up all in the sink and all over the counter. And I didn't want to deal with it right then, so I went back to bed. And then I woke up late for work. So then I left it. I went to work. And then I came home around 5 or 6 o'clock that evening to be greeted by vomit that had been sitting in my sink for probably 16 hours. And,
God.
The thing about a sink, you can't just really flush it like you can a toilet. So we're talking about scooping with hand into plastic bag to get it out.
Ooh, yuck.
It's
It's
bad.
funny to me because you're one of the cleanest people I know. So you
Well,
having to deal with this.
Not in a great state
It's
of
like-
mind at that point. It was, and the worst part about the whole thing is there's a mirror right there. So you're watching yourself clean up this disgusting act while staring
watching
at
yourself
yourself.
deal with the consequences of your own actions.
You want to talk about a low point.
Low.
All right, we've officially
Yeah.
gone long enough. That mustache is fucking killer, man. I love it.
Thank you, man.
I love it.
It's finally getting long enough. It's finally getting out of the creepy phase, although some people would probably say, no, it's not. It's still a little wiry. It's still a little wirely. It doesn't quite have the length. You're a blonde as well, so you can probably relate to the ugly growth stage of the mustache. Like growing from a clean-shaven face, getting it going is
Where
always
it's-
kind of a
It
struggle.
haven't really it hasn't curled yet. It's just like out.
Yes, it's not
Yeah.
it's not laying down.
Yeah.
It's real dusty looking.
I noticed
but
right
it's
away.
getting there.
You
I'm
weren't
trying
sticking
to
that pi-
I'm trying to commit so that
Yeah.
I can really truly see what I'm working with. I
No.
feel like I do always kind of chicken out, but I'm gonna work.
Can you wear that to work? Do they care?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shit. Okay. I'll be your what do you call it? Your accountability buddy, your mustache accountability buddy. Check in with me
it gets-
daily.
If it gets out of hand, you'll let me know.
Well, I'm just saying if you get the urge to shave it, you come talk to me and I'll talk you out of it.
All right.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't like, in order to keep it in regs, is I have to keep it. It can't go outside of the corners of your mouth. And I had it a little extra length on the sides, and I was like, man, I probably better edge it up a little bit.
So you can't
And so I
go
did.
the horseshoe.
No,
Okay.
can't do that. So it's about as lengthwise, it's about as long as it can get.
It's interesting that
across
they allow facial hair, but only I would think that they might have a rule for length, but placement is an odd rule to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who came up with these rules all these years ago.
General Custer in 1700.
It's very evident to me that whoever came up with the Army's facial hair regulations probably couldn't grow very good facial hair.
If I can't have it, nobody can.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see. I'm gonna try to let it come in properly and take it for a spin. You know what I mean?
I love it. I wish I could join you. One of my favorite looks on me is the handlebar mustache, but
yeah,
the other person that lives in this house does not like it quite so much.
You've had at your wedding. You just had a mustache, right? Am I?
No.
remembering that?
I had a nice, cleanly trimmed beard. I had a beard. A mustache would not have flown at my wedding.
So you've never had just the stash?
Oh no, I certainly have, just not on my wedding day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No, she would have said no. She probably would not have. She would not have I-do'd that day.
It's kind of in vogue right now, man. Mustaches are having a moment for sure. So,
Well, tell her that.
but you look good. You got the scruff too, so you look very manly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hey, it's time to talk about what hath thou beenst crushing.
What are you crushing? What are you crushing?
I wish there was like an AI algorithm that could like, if you do that to a song, if you just like imagine it, like what I want to know what the actual like manifestation of that song is in your head.
What, like if I could
actually,
tell an AI to
Yeah.
like produce that song or something?
yeah, I feel like it's probably a bop.
I feel like you're pretty good at producing music. I could just send you that sound bite and you could come up with it.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. do that.
Oh, before I tell you what I'm crushing, the last 2 episodes, for some reason, I have accidentally left a part in where we braked, and we're discussing the write-in section. And so if you get to the part and then we're just like suddenly off air, and yeah, I just forgot to cut that part. So sorry. Hopefully we didn't say anything too offensive. What am I?
Oopsie daisy.
What are we crushing? What am I crushing? We just crushed a show this evening, actually. It's a new one on Netflix. It's a 3-parter. Started it and finished it basically in one sitting. Have you scrolled past the Ashley Madison scandal documentary on Netflix?
I'm aware of the scandal. I didn't know it had a Netflix show.
It's new. I was not aware of the scandal. And very quickly, what Ashley Madison is, it was a online dating website, but it was specifically geared towards people who were married and were wanting to have an affair. That was how they built it. That was how they sold it. That was the whole idea. And they were very forward about that. And so, the whole idea, like the CEO was saying, like, the best affair is the affair that you get away with. Their slogan was literally, life is short, have an affair. Like, this is the type of company we're working with. And at their peak, they had 35 to 40 million users on there.
God.
And they advertised security and encryption and safety and security, and your stuff is, if you put your details in here, it's not going anywhere. Well, they end up getting hacked.
Yeah.
By an unknown hacker who basically says, kill your company or I'm going to release all this information. And the CEO kind of being a, whatever, like, this is my baby. I built it from the ground up. Like, I'm not going to give in to these hackers. Well, they just blast all this information. So everybody who had ever signed up on that website, conversations, pictures, emails, like sexual fantasies, like all your deepest, darkest things that you would not want to be public that you put on this website is suddenly just public information. And so celebrities are getting exposed, regular people are getting exposed, and it is wild, man. It is wild, and it's really wild because there's no good guy. This documentary really paints the people whose information got exposed, the people that were on the websites, as the victim. And I guess you are, right? It's private info that was not supposed to be made public. So sure, you're a victim of something. But what are you on that website to do? To cheat in your marriage. So
Yeah.
you're a piece of shit too, right? And so the hackers are doing something illegal to people that are doing something terrible. And there's just this whole, like, everybody's kind of in the wrong here. And it's got people that were affected by it firsthand. Dude, I mean, people, like, a lot of people were committing suicide and stuff, which is just terrible because this info is coming out and they're realizing, like, I can't live with this info out there. And so there's actually a few more twists. I did not spoil the whole thing. It's only 3 episodes. I had no idea. This whole thing went down in like 2015 after I was out of high school. And I don't remember anything about it, man. It must have just, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention or wasn't looking in the right places, but apparently it was massive.
Yeah, I remember when it went down for sure. It was absolutely a big deal. And it was kind of like, it's like you said, man. Who's the good guy?
Right.
The hacker, maybe. I mean,
maybe. Well, in this, okay, if you want to watch it, I'm just going to give like a 10-second spoiler. Cut. Okay. They never caught the hacker ever. Like to this day.
That's wild.
They have no idea who did it.
that's absolutely bonkers.
Like the CEO, he was married and him and his wife, like his wife was the face. She was on the billboards and everything. And they were preaching like, we're in a monogamous relationship. We don't cheat. We're faithful. I just run a company that helps people cheat. Well, the hacker exposed all his emails. It was made public. And
Damn.
dude, he was hiring escorts. He was as
The
bad of
cheatiest cheater.
Yes, as bad of a man and a cheater as you could possibly be. He was that. He was just putting on this front. And he wasn't in the documentary. He declined any sort of like comment or anything like that, you know, not surprisingly, but
Figured that, yeah.
it's a wild story, man. It is a wild story. So
Absolutely.
that's what
I
we're
need to check
crushing.
that out.
You want to talk about getting, I don't know, man. There was a guy on there that he kind of described like when he saw his stuff leaking, you know, and like the whatever news articles coming out about him and everything. And just, I talk about a world collapsing in on you of your own doing. I mean, you did it yourself. It's just so crazy. So check it out if that sounds interesting to you.
Damn. Don't cheat.
Here's
folks.
okay, and it's still around. It's still a
you
website.
can still use the website. Oh my God.
Right now, you could go make an Ashley Madison profile and use it.
Wow.
Who's doing that?
I don't know. That's a very trusting audience right there. Well, it can't happen twice, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What are the odds?
What are the odds? Yeah. Ain't no way.
Oh, anyways, what are you crushing? You said you had a good one.
very-
I'm excited to hear
That's
this.
very interesting. So, I again past 2 days been kind of laid up, kind of not feeling great, to the point where I like didn't even want to. I wanted to play video games, but I knew that probably wouldn't leave me feeling very good.
Mhm.
It's like, dude, I just kind of want to lay here.
Sure.
So I was kind of cruising around, couldn't really find anything that I was actively interested in, and then I remembered something that I really wanted to watch. Just finished. They were doing weekly releases, and it's all out now. So I was like, cool, I'll just binge that. I don't know how familiar you are with X-Men 97.
Not.
So X-Men, obviously the X-Men, right?
Sure.
They had the old cartoon back in the 90s. Came out in like 1992 to 1996, I think the show ran. Really like bright costumes. And it was before like the MCU. It was before
Right.
like any of the movies came out. It was like Saturday morning cartoons, X-Men, right? So they revived that and kept it in the same like time period, same continuity and everything, but just made it a little more modern. So the animation is a lot smoother and stuff. A couple of the voices have changed, obviously, because it's been 30 years. But they brought it back for a season. And oh my god, dude, it is so freaking good, man.
Whoa.
I know you're not probably a huge cartoon guy, but it was absolutely. I wouldn't compare it to Invincible because obviously, like, a big draw for Invincible is how like hyper violent and just insane it is.
It's like The Boys, except cartoonish or animated.
So it definitely ups that stuff. There is some death. There is some like more adult themes. It's on Disney Plus, so they're not going to go like full hard R or anything with it. Man, they really like added enough adult themes and good like story beats that aren't just like for kids. Like they pretty much threw the whole like, well, kids aren't gonna understand this, that, whatever.
Right.
They took all that out and basically like gave it a good like solid light PG-13 treatment, and it's fucking good, man. It's really good. I definitely like. I love that they kept it in the 90s, so a lot of like the technology they had, like there's kids walking around using like tape players and stuff.
Oh,
like
that's badass.
Everyone's wearing like backwards hats and skateboarding around and stuff. The stuff they do with the heroes is actually really cool. They do a lot of like kind of, I don't know. Yep, there she is. They do a lot of unexpected stuff, I think, for what you would probably look at as like a classic superhero TV show treatment. It's one of the best Marvel things I've seen in quite a while.
All right. Might check it. You said Disney Plus?
Disney Plus, X-Men 97. Really, really enjoyed that.
Is that, did you say it released like on a weekly basis?
It did. I think the last episode came out this past Wednesday, so it is all out. So you can go just crush it now.
Okay, I'll check that out. That sounds cool. You put me on to speaking of like animated superhero stuff. What is that the animated Batman that's older that has the Joker in it? I just remember you told me that it was like the best animated Batman.
The animated series?
Yeah.
The one that came out in the 90s?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah. Remember a while ago.
Yeah, that's a great one, man. I grew up watching that. The old X-Men cartoon, the Spider-Man animated series. Absolutely, man. Those to me, like, that was my Marvel. So that was kind of my definitive experience before the MCU. Which,
are you excited for Deadpool, Wolverine? I'll do anything for you?
I wish I was more excited. I think we've had a conversation on here about how disappointing Marvel has become.
Yeah.
I think based on what they've kind of like laid out as like their next year and a half, I think they're trying to right the ship. Mm-hmm. But I wish I was more excited for it, man. I really love Wolverine. I love Hugh Jackman. I think that's very interesting that they're bringing him back. I think it kind of immediately erases the stakes of Logan. I mean, the whole thing with Logan, I guess spoiler alert, is he dies at the end finally, right? I guess not, like there's elements of that's like, come on, man. Like I know for a fact at some point Robert Downey Jr. is going to walk across the screen as Tony Stark because people just want him to badly enough. Right. Same thing with Chris Evans as Captain America. I have a feeling at some point we're going to see them again because audiences just can't let go and they can't embrace anything new. Right. So, and prime example, like a movie that came out this weekend, I haven't had an opportunity to see, but I really want to see that is not based on a comic book. It's not based on anything really, but Furiosa, which looks amazing. Oh yeah. And it's doing terrible at the box office. Really? People don't want to go watch that. They want to go see, this one obscure Avenger for the 15,000th time. I didn't realize that was because Mad Max, the original, did it do pretty good or did it kind of gain popularity later down the road? So Fury Road kind of did that. It didn't do great in theaters, but it kind of became like one of those, like, I guess, like a cult classic or whatever. Like word of mouth kind of carried it into being what it is. So I think they kind of thought they would be able to kind of ride that with this, but apparently not. So
interesting. I want to see that.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see Twisters. I want to see The Fall Guy. There's several movies in theater. I got like, for me, movies are a much lower bar, I think, than you. And not saying you don't, but I just love like going to the theaters. I find that very fun. But pregnant wife doesn't really love. Not that she doesn't love, but it's just kind of hard to sit there for that long. But there's stuff I want to see.
I do love going to the theater. I do wish I felt more excited about movies that are coming out now. Although I do, like what's a good example is the Planet of the Apes movie that just came out. Like, that's viral on TikTok right now. There's a whole thing from that movie that is viral right now, which is crazy to me.
Wow.
Because it wasn't even really on my radar, but people are loving this Planet of the Apes movie.
That's interesting.
Something I don't. Yeah.
Which
Which I will say, I don't think about them a ton, but the Planet of the Apes movies that have come out in the past decade have been really good.
They are. I watched them like back to back to back, probably a couple of years ago. Like they're really good. My wife said that looks effing stupid. That was her commercial review of the movie. So,
what a wonderful day!
I'm like, it's pretty cool to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That one's for the boys, I think. Get your fellow apes in there with you. But yeah, man, that's mainly it. I again have not had a ton of time to crush much, but yeah, X-Men '97, hard to recommend for sure.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Have you ever seen a movie called Bone Tomahawk?
I haven't seen the whole movie, but I absolutely know why you're asking me if I've seen it.
Have you seen why I'm asking if you've seen it? Holy balls, man.
Dude. Yeah, literally.
Oh,
That scene in that movie in Bone Tomahawk is physically upsetting to watch, and I YouTube it once a month just to kind of
okay, it's just on YouTube. I know it's not real, so maybe that's why it can be on there, but dude, I'm watching that video and I'm like, this feels like something that you'd have to go to a seedier website to watch, not
Live
YouTube.
Leak.
Yeah, seriously. It's unbelievable. The reason I even found it was I came across a Reddit thread that just said, what are like the most memorable or just like disturbing death scenes in a movie? And that was one of the very top ones. There's another one, an old one with, I don't know if it was old. The movie was in black and white with Edward Norton, where he plays a like white supremacist Nazi guy.
American History X.
Have you seen it?
Yes. And
the part where he curb stomps that guy?
He curb stomps a guy, yeah. And it's upsetting.
That was number 1, and Bone Tomahawk was number 2. And I want to watch Bone Tomahawk.
It's funny because I watched Tombstone yesterday, so I literally just watched Kurt Russell play a cowboy. Dude, that whole scene, like, it's not even just the culmination of it. It's the fact that they take this guy who's like a younger guy.
Sure.
They scalp him, and he doesn't even like scream at first. He's like,
it's
like a delayed thing. They take his scalp, shove it in his mouth, and then hammer it in his mouth with like a wooden bone spike.
Yeah, drill a spike into his throat.
Yeah. And then they hold him upside down by his ankles and chop him in half from his groin. And it's the whole time there's this like crunching, organs spilling out, like,
dude. And then they finally they rip him in two. Like, it's like 3 or 4 good whacks with the tomahawk at his nuts, and then he finally like slashes it enough where they can pull him in half.
Yeah.
By each leg. It is, it's one thing. Yucky. I think I saw the scene described and then I went and watched it. I cannot imagine watching that movie and not really knowing what you were in store for. Because a lot of the comments say the reason it has so much weight to it, one, just the brutality of it, but two, there's not a lot of violence in that movie up to that point. There's some kind of like squirmy parts, but it's not like from the jump they're blowing heads off and cutting limbs off. Like it's kind of a slow paced, just dark toned, slow moving movie. And then that happens. And that's why it's so shocking to see. So I can't imagine. Let's go watch this cowboy movie. It looks like a nice Western, you know? And then that.
No, you ain't ready for that pivot, man.
Oh my God. I'm really glad you know what I'm talking about. And I don't know why it makes me feel better, but it's just so brutal.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's definitely up there for me, man. It's I'm trying to think of other like.
How did you stumble across it? Is it just because it's like a known thing?
Yeah. I think the movie's been out for like 10 years or something like that. So I think probably similar to you, someone was like, "You ever seen that scene in Bone Tomahawk?"
That scene. There's no other that scene in that movie. Yeah,
they'll know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know, man. I love a good brutal killing in a horror movie.
Yeah, I do too.
I never got into like the Saw movies though. Those seem silly to me. Saw is silly.
Yeah, I mean, there's like 12 of them now, so it's kind of hard to keep up with. But I think after like we're gonna go down like a horror movie path. After the first one where you like cut your own ankle off, I feel like they kind of lose the shock value after that, and they just kind of have to like keep ramping up the heroin. It's the same, you know.
It's like the Final Destination Fast and Furious effect, man. Like they're literally like, didn't they like launch a car out of a spaceship on the last one? It's like, dude, no more. We're tired. Vin Diesel's tired. Let him go home.
Oh, that's funny. Well, this might be a trigger word for you right now, but do you want to move into our meat?
Let's get meaty.
Or do you need a break?
I'm all right.
Okay.
So
I feel like
check my camera.
Yeah, okay,
Sorry.
me too. No, you're good.
All right, all good. I will take a rip while we're at it.
So today, instead of a single topic, we have more of a combo platter for you. And two of them involve video games, and one of them involves a concert.
Oh.
Now,
all right.
Let's start with one of the games, then we'll go concert, and then we'll go the other game. How's that sound?
All right. I'm in.
Cool.
Count me in.
Did you see the teaser trailer for the next Call of Duty?
I did. Where they're defacing the Mount Rushmore monument.
There's two of them. That's one of them. And then there's another one. Actually, I have it pulled up right here. What is it called? Open Your Eyes. So there's two teaser trailers. Obviously, neither of them have gameplay or anything like that. It's just kind of a teaser. But what do you think about Black Ops 6?
So it's kind of a departure from what I understood it to be. So I'm kind of amped that it is going to be a Black Ops. Mm-hmm. I feel like those are always sneaky good.
Yeah.
Black Ops 1 was absolutely sneaky good. And all the way through Cold War. We loved Cold War.
Yeah.
Cold War hopped in a couple weeks ago. I talked to you about.
Mm-hmm.
Still a strong turnout on the multiplayer there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like the bob and weave back and forth because it is a different feel from like the Modern Warfare type games. So I wish they would just be their own thing. You know what I mean? Like I wish they were just two separate games almost.
Sure.
Because they do in a way feel like two separate games. But I am excited for a new Black Ops. My understanding of it was it was going to take place during the Persian Gulf War.
Right.
However, this kind of makes me think that they are going with a more modern setting for it.
Yeah.
As it turns out. So I don't know what to think of it. And I've only seen one of the teasers. I don't know what was in the other teaser, the Open Your Eyes one.
It was just it was kind of like a montage. Bill Clinton's in it. It was kind of like that era, and it's just a bunch of people saying like you've been blinded. Don't believe what everybody says. Like, don't be a sheep. Don't follow the crowd. Like, it's just kind of like a montage of things.
Is it like Bill Clinton footage, or is it like Bill Clinton is in the game? He's like a...
No, it's like footage, like real footage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing in it was like from a game. It was just like a bunch of clips mashed together. Now, I thought it was going to be older too. This is the one that they said they've been working on for multiple years, right? Not just like a 1 year rinse and repeat type thing.
Right.
I don't know what that's necessarily going to equate to, but I love Black Ops. Some of my favorite Call of Duty games have been Black Ops. I don't remember 5 of them though. I'm not gonna be on. I'll be honest. Like, I remember playing Black Ops 2, and then I remember 3 came out. I don't remember touching it really, but 4 and 5.
4 was like pre-Warzone, so it was a battle royale.
Okay.
Did not have a campaign. Was there I guess 5 would have been Cold War.
Was that okay? They just didn't call it Black Ops.
It was Black Ops Cold War. That's what that Call of Duty is called.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. I guess when I saw Black Ops 6, I was like, really? We're already at 6.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird that you would like abandon the numbers and then come back to them. But
Yeah.
I don't know. My son Jackson was asking me. He was like, "Dad, how many Modern Warfares are there?" And I was like, "There's a few." He's like, "How many? How many Modern Warfare 2s are there? 2. How many Modern Warfare 3s are there? 2." Like, he was like, "I don't understand." I was like, "They made it, and then they made it again." He's like, "Well, why wouldn't they call it Modern Warfare 6 and 7?"
Right.
And I was like, "Because for the same reason that we can't get enough Iron Man and Captain America, son, because we just have to keep taking the old things and recycling."
You know, if it doesn't make sense to a 10-year-old, that's probably a pretty good, like, what are we doing here? You know?
Yeah, it's very confusing, you know.
Well,
I had my Modern Warfare 2 and 3. He has his, so.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what else they've done that on. I feel like that's not that uncommon for, like something will come out. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just, yeah.
We got Batman and we got the Batman.
How can we differentiate this title?
The.
Totally changes it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm excited for that. We don't have a whole lot of info on it, but
I think it'll be good. I would love for a campaign to be good. We talked about that, I think, the last time we talked about Call of Duty coming back.
yeah,
Give me a good campaign, man. Give me something to sink my teeth into.
that would be cool. Some of the comments on the video were kind of funny. Where they said this is going to be $150 and 400 gigabyte download.
Yeah.
Great. All right, so not a lot of info on that. I was just kind of curious if you had seen that and what your thoughts were. Okay, combo platter number 2, concert. Have you seen this footage of Metallica playing in Germany in the rain?
Yes, and they're playing Master Puppets, right?
Dude, yeah.
And as soon as they hit the dun, 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 there's like a lightning strike.
Yes, there's a lightning strike.
Absolutely.
But this footage that I've seen, I'm looking at it right now. James is playing
in the rain, in a parka.
Dude, it's like torrential downpour. This is past rain. This is as heavy of rain as you could get. This is windshield wipers like this. That's how much rain is going on here. It's just pouring. Now, my first thought is whoa. Okay. This is sick, dude. There's this, he's like front row recording James. Lights everywhere. He's in this like rain jacket, torrential downpour. He's shredding, and in the background, dude, just lightning. It's
gotta be
sick.
low key. Like, you gotta think in Papa Het's mind, he's like, this could be it. No better way to go out.
No,
because there's a member of Metallica. Like, I know Lars uses metal sticks, so all he's got to do is like align them the right way. and he's cooked.
God, that'd be crazy if he in the middle of a song did that and that was the end of Lars. I mean, they do have these like giant towers with screens and no doubt metal.
Same ones they had when we saw them. Yeah,
exactly.
These big, like pillars of light and metal.
Probably exactly what you would not want to be right next to in the middle of a lightning storm.
I think between this and the whole Sleep Token playing Rain and it's starting to rain thing, I think Mother Nature's a metal fan, bro.
I think so.
Mother Nature loves some heavy music.
It is cool though. I will put the link of this video in the description. If you like Metallica or live shows, or even if you don't give a shit about either, I think this is really cool. Now, my question is, playing in the rain almost certainly increases the difficulty, right? Like,
I've never played a wet guitar. I couldn't tell you. My assumption is, that's got to add, especially if you're playing.
Right.
And I will say this, and I'm not to dunk on the experience because it was a great night and it was really fun. Metallica's kind of not the tightest band live. Like they were kind of, especially on like one.
Yeah.
I could tell at least Lars was like dragging a little bit on the like
They're old.
They're getting old. Yeah.
They're old.
So
whatever.
they're old now. They're old and wet. So.
Yeah, seriously. I just feel like that would be. How is equipment not shorting out? How are they still playing the guitar? How are those like? Is everything just waterproof? Like it's a bunch of electronics.
Color me surprised that a guitar still works in the rain like that. I wonder if it ruined a lot of their stuff.
Maybe so.
Even those big those big pillars, are they waterproof? I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Maybe they are built to like outdoor spec. So
maybe, yeah. I don't know. Man. That whole show is nothing but electronics. The whole thing making it possible. And if you dump a bunch of water on it and beach balls, yeah, I would just think that if you dump water all over that stuff, that something would not work. But
yeah, like a cascading effect.
I guess
Interesting.
So. I guess it's all waterproof. And the last thing, I don't know if this has if this piques your interest at all. It's more of just a kind of a historical thing. But have you seen that NCAA, the college football game, was actually like announced and the trailer was released? Does that mean anything to you?
So yeah, because we haven't had an NCAA like a video game, right?
Yes, right.
Yeah, we haven't had an NCAA since 2010.
That's 9, 10. Look up. Yeah, it's been. Let's see, EA.
And it was around. It was centered around the fact that the college athletes didn't want their likeness in the game, or like they weren't being paid for their likeness being in the game.
Right.
And so they were like, well, that's too easy. We'll just stop doing it.
I think it's, if I'm wrong, forgive me. I think it's been about 10 years. The last one I see is NCAA football 14. So the whole thing was, exactly, it's a bunch of generic players because they can't use their names. And I remember that if it was like a prominent player, they would kind of make them look like that. You know, if it was like, for Vince Young, for example, like he would be number 10 and he would kind of look like that, but kind of not also. Exactly. Yeah. And you could go in there and like add the names to the back of all the jerseys. And there were people that would do that to make it more realistic, you know?
Yeah.
But now, 10 years later, EA Sports College Football 25 is finally coming. And I know that sometimes like the trailer is not always how it ends up looking, but it looks pretty sweet, man. I don't know if you've seen the trailer or not, but it in a world where Madden is rinse and repeat, copy and paste bullshit, Madden now looks the same as it did 7 or 8 years ago. It looks like the same thing. It's just updated rosters.
We played it a couple months ago, and I was kind of like,
yeah,
this doesn't like scream
next gen, current gen. This trailer looks really, really cool. And I'm more of an NFL guy than a college football guy, but I think I will be giving this a go, especially if it's
So
on EA Sports, whatever.
Are they bringing back the player names and stuff? Do they say, or are they still going to be like generic?
They're all actual players, scanned, real numbers, real faces, real names, like
wow,
just like Madden, but college football.
I wonder what the legal like rope-a-dope there was.
I think because they can get paid now, I think they just probably were paid.
I didn't know that. Can college athletes get paid now?
It's the NIL deal. So they don't get paid by like the NCAA, but they're allowed to take sponsorships now.
Oh.
Yeah. So like you could go get sponsored by whatever and get openly paid by them. Whereas before that, you weren't allowed to do that. Yeah. So they're not getting paid by the school necessarily or by like the league, but you can go get paid for your name, image, and likeness.
Good.
To my understanding.
I'm sure that's exciting for the players. You know, they probably wanted to be in a game like that.
I think so. It looks really cool, man. I don't know. I think I'll be picking one up and trying it out. Just 10 years in the making, you know?
Yeah. I'll give it a shot. I've been getting in on the sports games.
Hell yeah. Anyways, there's your video games concert video games combo platter.
I like it.
Everybody's welcome.
Two entrees and a side, or two sides and an entree. Maybe.
There you go.
It's like when you ever go to like Panda Express?
I do love Panda. Yes.
What's your go-to Panda?
I'll get a what do they have? Spring rolls or egg rolls? I don't remember. I'll get one of them. They got the big ones too, like big yummy spring or egg rolls. And then I go orange chicken, white rice bowl.
I don't go for orange chicken. It's usually too tangy for me.
It's not my first choice in flavor, but if you pick anything, it's the only one that just has chicken without any veggies or anything, any other bullshit. Like it's
That's
the
not
only.
True.
What else?
Teriyaki chicken.
Is it good?
Just chicken.
Oh man, I don't know why.
Bro.
Something about grilled chicken from fast food sounds weird to me.
I'm telling you, you will take those words back if you try the teriyaki, bro.
Okay, you're the second person to tell me that, so I'll try it next time I go.
Put the sauce on it, man. Load it up.
I'll try it.
And it's grilled, so it's technically healthy.
That's true. It's good. I really like Panda. I enjoy Panda.
Panda's good.
Yeah.
Panda's good.
All right.
All right, we got time for some write-ins.
Heck yeah. We're going to jump right into it, or do you need a quick break?
I'm good. We can dive on in.
Just want to make sure I don't leave this in or leave in our off-mic conversations like last time.
Yeah. Little buff. You want to drive or you want me to?
Here. I'll go. Trying to see where we're at. Are we just going to do the newest ones?
Yeah, we'll start 21st, 22nd, 23rd there.
Okay. We'll go. All right. Cool Boy 3010. This is actually directed at you, Josh. Chief, have you ever taken singing or voice lessons, or are you self-taught?
No, I've never taken any vocal lessons whatsoever. I've taken instrument lessons. I've wanted to find a good, steady, not so expensive vocal coach for like voice acting. Absolutely. But for singing, no, I kind of do what feels right, honestly, which is probably not the best thing considering you can really mess your voice up if you sing wrong, especially if you're playing really extreme music. Do you ever see the videos of that older lady that coaches all the hardcore metal artists? She's like a little 5'2" lady, probably in her 60s, but she is like a vocal coach to Will Ramos from Lorna Shore, the guy from Disturbed.
Really?
All those, yeah. Noah from Bad Omen? She cuts video. I have to send you a link to some of her stuff, man. But yeah, I forget her name, but she teaches all those guys how to sing and scream and not mess their voice up.
Let's see. I'm trying to find. That's Will Ramos, voice coach.
Yeah, vocal coach or something. Should be a little older looking lady with red hair. I follow her on Instagram. My phone's I'm using it right now.
Old lady?
Yeah, older. I mean, she's not elderly, but she's probably in her 50s or 60s.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see a lady. I see red hair. This has to be
Yeah.
her. That is pretty crazy.
Yeah. Anyway,
There she is.
not that I would ever. She probably charges an arm and a leg because she's doing it for the stars now. But, yeah, like.
So can she scream, or is she like a?
I'm guessing she knows how. I don't know if
Okay.
she actually I've never seen her do it, but yeah, she's kind of like a legend in the underground. I remember hearing about her before, like Instagram and Facebook was a thing.
Dang, that's badass.
Yeah,
Huh,
I think she taught
interesting.
like the Under Oath guys back in the day.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong. I found her now. Here she definitely is. That's
Okay.
crazy. I wonder how she like.
She got her foot in that door.
Yeah.
No idea, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Anyway, I hung up on that, but that is pretty wild. Interesting.
yeah. Anyway, no, probably ought to because I use my voice a lot in both content, music, and my podcast. But no, I have never sought teaching or coaching. Not that I won't someday, though. Great question. Thanks, cool boy.
Thanks, cool boy. Let's see. Oh, okay. Here's one. Actually, I'm not going to be able to answer this, but I'd like to hear your answer. And I don't think this guy has really written in before. Brave Athos. Brave Athos says, if you could be any villain from the Metal Gear series, who would it be?
Ooh, if I could be them?
If you could be them.
Damn. I'm going to say it. He's not really a villain. He ends up being your friend in the end. So, but he is a boss that you can fight, and he will kill you if you don't kill him. But I'm going to go with Cyborg Ninja, man. Cyborg Ninja's kick-ass.
That sounds
Frank
cool.
Yeager,
Let me look
Gray
that up.
Fox. Yeah. Yeah, look up Gray Fox, Cyborg Ninja. He's absolutely, like, from a lore perspective, he's one of the most important and cool characters in the Metal Gear Solid, what do you call it, lexicon or whatever. He is,
Oh, he looks sick, dude. Holy shit.
he's dope. He's basically like a soldier who you kill in one of the games, kill supposedly. He gets found. They give him like a cybernetic robotic exoskeleton. He can like turn invisible. He can deflect bullets with his sword. He's like super speed. He's amazing.
Put this guy firmly in the category of dudes I would not fuck with.
Yeah. Yeah. I would go Cyborg Ninja.
So he
hands
ends up
down.
being your friend, or can be your friend?
Yeah. Yeah. He kind of saves the day at the end, actually, and then promptly dies. Spoiler alert.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. We still need to play through that. I'm telling you, man, if you crank it down to easy, it's like watching a season of television. It's really damn good, man. You would love it. You would love Metal Gear.
How? What is it? Is it like PS2 though, or PS1? Like, how would I play it?
You can play all of them now on your Xbox. They have
Really? Okay.
There's like the Master Collection.
Oh, okay. I'm actually interested in that. And then we can talk Metal Gear, and I can actually hold a conversation.
Yeah. I can guide you. Great question, Brave Athos.
Thanks, Brave Athos. Let's see. I think we got another Magic the Gathering, yes or no?
Did we, man, that mine has been picked. There's nothing here, guys. There's no magic and knowledge that we can impart.
All right, we got, excuse me, one more here from a good, faithful listener, Snake Bite Pain. Thank you for writing in again.
Snake by pain.
Snake Bite Pain. If
Snake
you
Bite
were
Pain.
naming your own metalcore band, what would it be called?
There's so many like bad options. Damn, I told you to read this one. And I didn't have I didn't have one in the chamber.
It's a great question. I think I was skipping it because I didn't have an answer. Ooh.
There's a lot of like, I feel like back in the day, the temptation was to make it blank of blank, something
Sure.
of something,
Yep.
like, you know,
Oh, I got mine.
I don't know. Oh, what's yours?
Bone Tomahawk. Let's fucking go.
Bone Tomahawk. That's actually pretty good.
Let's fucking go.
That's probably not taken. Bone Tomahawk. I would throw down. I would crowd kill to a band called Bone Tomahawk, dude.
Dude, right before the breakdown, the audio, it's just a guy splitting in half and then it drops.
Yeah. The sound of his guts hitting the floor.
God, getting scalped and then it drops. It's pretty fucked.
Dude, I have always thought, because some of my favorite like heavy bands right now are like one word, one syllable names, like Spite.
I was about to say, Spite's
Throne.
got one of the greatest band names ever, man. It's to the point
And they
gnarly.
They know it too, because there's more than 2 songs
Yeah.
where in the breakdown they just yell Spite. They
Right.
just yell their own band name, which is the biggest flex in
Yeah.
the world to me.
No.
Love that about Spite.
I love that
Throne is another good one.
Terror.
Teeth.
I love Terror. It's kind of hard to say, but
Terror.
like Terror is just, I don't listen to him much,
Terror.
but Terror is a pretty cool like name to me.
Terror's good. I always thought it would be cool to be in a band that was just real heavy, not a lot of melody, and just call it Snout.
Snout.
Snout,
That's
like a
pretty
pig-
gnarly,
like
dude.
Like a pig's snout. We are
Snout.
Snout. Snout.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
Snout. Yeah, Snout would be a good one.
I totally agree. The one word just, yeah.
Just hits, man.
I need like synonyms for Spite.
I feel like back when I got into music and all the kids were trying to like start bands in their garages, everyone was looking for like the most like Webster's dictionary like equivocation or something, like, you know what I mean? Like everyone was calling their bands a real ridiculous like
Equivocation.
yeah, or something. Subjugation.
That's hilarious. No.
Yeah.
I like Snout is pretty badass. I dig that.
Pasteurization. It's like your band is just milk. Milk. That'd be a good one. Milk. I call hardcore band Milk.
Milk. Would be pretty cool.
Get milked.
Get fucked. Face fucker.
Face fuck. I feel like we're almost there. Like you can almost put a cuss word in your name and be good to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is that band there's a band in Amarillo it started long after you and I left, but they're called Trench Rat.
Trench Rat.
Trench Rat.
I was
pretty
you were just
rad.
gonna say trench. It's kind of cool.
No. Trench would be all right. Trench Rat.
Trench Rat.
Get down with that.
Trench Rat. Dude,
Trench
I would
Rat.
like to I already told you, but the idea of like ranking gym bands,
Oh, we need to do that.
I think we should do
At
that,
some
but I
point.
had like a kind of evolution of the idea that we would request. Maybe next episode we can front load this so people hear it. But we'll
Yeah.
request people to send in bands, and then so instead of us coming up with a list, we'll have people
Yeah.
submit bands, and it can be anything from ABBA to Cattle Decapitation, like whatever, man. Send in your band, and we will rank it.
ABBA you had that locked and cocked. Do you have ABBA on your gym playlist?
No.
You were very quick to make ABBA an
Well,
okay submission.
I was trying to think of like
Like the least gym friendly
yes,
band.
just as far into the spectrum as I could think of. So
Someone somewhere out there is in the gym and they're like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. They're getting it.
Yeah, and they're
They're
probably
getting it
lifting
to Mamma Mia.
1 pound weights too. So maybe next episode we can front load that request and then we can blast it to social media. But if we could just get a bunch of people submitting bands and then we'll rank it from S to F in the gym specifically, that might be kind of fun.
I'd be down. That'd be fun.
There you go.
Hopefully people participate.
Yeah. If not, we'll
We'll point and laugh.
pick up a bunch of bands and
We'll
Say they
make
got
this
sent in.
podcast unavailable to you.
oh, all right. That was a lot of fun.
That was fun.
And you didn't have any
That's-
trips to the toilet. Congratulations.
I didn't. My water kind of didn't settle great in my stomach, but I feel okay.
I feel like we had some
I can
really
make it.
nasty conversations for somebody that has a weak stomach at the moment.
We did. There was a lot of poop and throw up at the beginning. Those things don't really like trigger it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
it's usually
barbecue.
like food going bad is really it's a big trigger for me. Like rotten food.
Right.
Ugh. We had a HelloFresh get delivered to our old house, and we brought it with us and forgot to put it in the fridge,
Oh.
and it like stayed out. And when I was throwing it out, I was like,
Dude.
it was not fresh anymore.
Have
It was
you-
goodbye fresh.
I was going to say chicken. I'm really bad about like, well, I'm not saying I'm really bad. You ever throw chicken in the trash and you don't take it out immediately, and like a day or two later, it just smells like chicken that's been sitting in the trash for 48 hours is a rank ass smell.
Chicken gets stanky. Pork, bro. Pork's bad too. I've gotten a couple like, what do they call them? Like tenderloins or whatever. Bought them thinking, hey, I'll cook this tomorrow. And then I don't. So you open it up, doesn't pass the smell test. You throw it out. Don't take that trash bag out immediately. And then, oh, dude, this is the last thing. One time we had this bread box in the corner of our kitchen, and it was kind of angled, right? So the back is kind of like open where
Right.
this corner was. On top of the bread box was our banana basket. We had a basket full of bananas. Well, a banana got knocked over back there. No one knew about it. We started getting this horrible, like sickly sweet stench. Fruit flies, when you you get the fruit flies, you're like, what the fuck? Where are they coming from? Anyway, one day I'm like messing around in the kitchen. I see this deep black stuff like leaking from behind the bread box, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? I moved the bread box, and a banana had literally like melted, decomposed into like a puddle.
Oh.
And it, dude, when I say I almost had one of those uncontrollable vomits, dude. It was like, ugh. It was bad.
Ugh. Ugh. Yeah. Put your bananas up, folks, and take your chicken trash out.
Disgusting. Absolutely aberrant. That's going to do it for this week. We want to thank you for listening to episode 29 on The Hard Point. If you're watching, like, subscribe, do your thing. We really appreciate that. We're almost to 1,000, baby.
Yep.
1K.
Yep.
Taking it to the next level. If you're listening, review, star rating, you know what to do. Help us out.
You know
We
what
love
it
you for
is. Oh, go Mavericks.
You know what it
and
is.
go Stars, bro. Mavericks are up 3-0 on Minnesota. They're one win away from the finals. This has been such a fun playoff run. I'm just going to shoehorn that in at the very end.
I'm telling you, Texas sports is about to run away with it this year, man.
And the fucking clown Dallas Cowboys. Clown show.
Maybe
over
this
there.
is maybe this is their year, man. Maybe
It's not.
maybe the government's teeing something up here.
It's not.
Come on. You know you're going to be going wild if they make it to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. They're not, though. Go Mavs. Woo!
Go Mavs. Go Stars.
We'll see you next time
All
at
right.
the big 3-0.
Baja blessings on all your cute little foreheads. Kissy wissy. See you next week for episode 30. Holy shit.
See you at the big 3-0. Bye.
Bye.